So welcome to this organization of my DVD collection video. All of these boxes you see right here, DVDs and Blu-rays. Well, yeah, I should say DVD and Blu-ray collection, but most of my collection are DVDs still. So those boxes, and then those three, and then these bags. What do you think? Will they fit on these shelves? I doubt it. But I'm just gonna put the stuff. I mean all I can do really is to fill the shelves and see how much is left after. And I'm hoping that not too much is gonna be left, but I have more than this. More than 4 shelves. And this stuff, I'm gonna put these shelves here later, and I'm gonna put the figures on the shelves and some steelbooks, and I'm gonna get some more steelbook stands and stuff, and I'm gonna display various nicer things in the middle here and on the small shelves. But I'm gonna begin with filling these shelves up, these 4. We'll see how far I'll get today. I'm just gonna go like that and then down, and from there on it's gonna keep going like that and then down and then right there. Okay, but I was gonna sort of start up here. I might do that, but I might have to skip these or I can just put the DVDs on top of them, but they're gonna be a little bit taller, which doesn't look so good. But I guess it doesn't look good to skip them either, or I don't know. But either way, this organization video, don't know when this will be up, but right now it is, I don't even know what date it is. I've completely not paid attention. It is May 10th. So this might be a several day long process, but well, it will be. So let's get started. So where do you think we're at? You can see that it's much later now. I have taken a break to do a couple other things. But where do you think we're at? Just take a guess. We're not done yet, but alright, I'm gonna turn the corner here. Boom. Wow. So my lamp fell down before, which I mentioned in my moving video, but so I've plugged it out, but so it's pretty dark, but I will probably fix that later on. But what I've done so far, I've just grabbed boxes, and I'm gonna show you how many are left. And I have an order that I want, which I will go through later in the collection overview. But I've just put things approximately where I'm gonna put them. So, for example, a bunch of kids movies, and then, well, I'm gonna have to move things out of the way. But it's gonna be like kids movies, kind of transitioning into other kind of animation movies. Eventually transitioning here to animated TV shows, and then regular TV shows, and then documentary TV shows, and then documentaries. So anyway, that's a you know, a taste test of of how things will be in terms of category and stuff. And yes, by the way, I'm gonna put things, you know, this will be very offensive to some people, so just sit down and relax, okay? Don't have a heart attack now. But but I'm gonna have my Blu-rays in with the DVDs. Yeah, no, but I'd rather do that, because, for example, with a director such as Woody Allen, I have many of his movies on DVD, but also quite a few on Blu-ray. But I want all of his movies in one section, in chronological order. So it's gonna be like DVD, 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 Blu-ray, DVD, Blu-ray, Blu-ray, DVD, Blu-ray, DVD, DVD, Blu-ray, which is gonna make some people watching this wanna pull their hair out, I'm sure. But that's what I'm gonna do. I've given this some thought, and that's gonna be the best solution for me. Because I want to have it in categories, and you know, all actors that I like, I want to have those in one section, and directors, and yeah, maybe certain parts of the world will have to be in one section. But anyway, so I've just grabbed stuff out of boxes and put them approximately where I want them. So this is all comedies. So apparently, out of all genres, I have the most of comedy. But I knew that already. And I'm putting my Swedish movies here for now. Putting some movies that I haven't seen, or just some random movies that I don't need to display over here. And actually what I've done is, as you can see here, we have a bunch of empty DVD cases, acting like, well, I don't know, but I'll just demonstrate with these Berserk DVDs. They will be standing out a little bit over the edge, but I'd rather have it like that than, you know, if we were to remove these, you know, eventually it would be, you know, like that. and it would be difficult to get them all aligned right here. So that's why I have looked through my movies and chose out the ones that I don't really care about. And what I've done is I've put the discs inside of the cover. And we have a big bag of those here. We have some actual covers at the bottom, but mainly, you know, Le Chef, North, My Date with Gru, Slipstream, Dukes of Hazzard, just a bunch of movies that, you know, I don't really care too much about. Sister Act 2, Hitler, The Rise of Evil, very random genres here, but yes, that's what I've done. And I will just, you know, kind of give these away to people, and I don't know how many people want movies without the case, but I'm sure some people do. So I'm just gonna hang on to these, or hold on to those, and I'm gonna give them away to people eventually. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna keep doing now. It's like 10:30 in the evening, but I am going to keep going for a little while. Yeah, 10:29, and I'll show you what I have left. I have, I think, 13 boxes. So do the math. 13 boxes. Will it all fit here? Maybe not. We will see. But after I've removed all of the ones that I don't want to keep, and you know, actually I thought about this. I might have a bunch of stacks right there, stacks like that, and then 3 stacks over there as well, of movies that I don't care as much about, but that I don't necessarily want to get rid of. And I might have to get some shelves for this wall as well, maybe. Once this is cleared, I will, you know, figure that out. But you know, what I'm gonna start with is just filling this up, and we will have to go from there. But that is it for tonight, so I will update you in a couple of days or whatever with the progress. So yeah, this is, you know, I don't mind doing this. The only thing that I mind is being worried about the space. I think, yeah, these are 5, and I think I counted. I only need, see, even I need a chair for this, but I think I only need 6 more of these. And how will I do here? Well, I'm just gonna somehow tape a few together and make a long case so that DVDs don't fall down here, because that would be a tragedy. But yeah, so just gonna cover that hole with 2-3 of these and kind of attach them to each other. But I need one more before I can put those all the way here across, and then after that I can start putting the kids movies and the animated stuff, and start with how it's actually gonna look later on. I do have some bigger box sets over there, but that's it. But I want to get more. But I think it's gonna look pretty good to fill like a third of the top of the shelves with those bigger box sets, and then the rest to have movies, you know, over there. Oh, my English is just so great. But yeah, to have 2/3 of the way with movies, kinda like that. You know what I mean. But I do enjoy this. I do enjoy digging everything out from the boxes and kinda deciding where it's supposed to go and stuff like that. And I am really excited to get the figures in place too, but I'm just gonna wait with that until I'm completely finished with the collection. Because when I am, well, let's say that I have, you know, let's say here there's a section where I have a few steelbooks in a category. Maybe I have a few Disney steelbooks here. That, you know, if I do, then it makes sense to keep them like that, because they're close. They will be close to that category. I would not want to have, you know, say that we will have a bunch of Disney movies here. I would not want to keep some nice Disney steelbooks here, because they're too far away from that category. So that's why I will wait with the decision of how to, you know, how to put these shelves in there, and how to put the figures and stuff. And yeah, actually I didn't think about that. I guess I can put some of the figures where they belong, genre-wise too. So like, yeah, like the Exorcist figure, the Reagan, and Ash from Evil Dead, and like the Hellraiser figure and the Alien figure, they will probably go here because they will be close to the horror sci-fi section here. So yeah, that sounds good, and I can have the Monty Python figures and like the Big Lebowski figures here. So yeah, I mean, I think this will work out pretty well. The only thing that might not work out, like I said, is the space. So here they are. I was looking for these. I have 4 of these bookends. I think 4, maybe only 3. No, I thought I did buy 4, but if I only have 3 here, then I have 1 more somewhere else. No, that's 4 actually. So I'm gonna put those 4 up there on top. So put those there for now. But yeah, that's what I have so far, and that's what I'm thinking so far. I might change my mind regarding a few things, a few details, but that's what I have so far. Shh. And that's the last bunch of DVDs, and now everything besides a few movies that I have, you know, around the TV here. These I'm not gonna keep really. Everything is not in place, but everything is up. So yeah, now it's just up to me to see if they will fit like I want them to. But I kinda doubt it. I could get some, you know, I'll show you the shelf that I have in the kitchen. I could get something like this, of this size. This is like 20 centimeters, something like, well, I can't show you that with my hand, but 20 centimeters shorter than these, because I believe these are 80, and that one in the kitchen is 60. So if I remove these eventually, and I put one of those shelves out like that, it's gonna go out to here or something. Which, I mean, it's not gonna leave a lot of space here. But if you're desperate and if you give your movies priority over space, then that is an idea. But first things first, I'm just gonna start by starting with the organization here. So let's do that. And by the way, it's the next day right now, but you probably will have figured out. So it's a bit later, I've taken a break, but now I'm gonna continue, and I have the animated stuff up here, and then I continue with the animated TV shows, and then keeps going down, only TV shows, and then I stopped at the second shelf, and second row, and I'm gonna continue down here and probably fill that up with TV shows and maybe some documentaries. So let's do that now. Oh man, so the TV shows end here somewhere, and then the kind of documentary shows take over, and then I haven't even started with the actual documentary, so they're gonna fill like, I don't know, to here, and then we have the movies. I mean, look at this. You don't have to pay any attention to those 2 piles, because I'm not gonna keep them on the shelves, and not that pile either. But everything else I kinda wanna keep on the shelves. It's not gonna be possible. I mean, I kinda knew this was gonna happen when I unpacked the movies. There's just way too much. What I can do is just, you know, put as much on the shelves as I can, remove the things that I don't really feel like I want to have on the shelf, that I'm not gonna watch anytime soon anyway, and put those against the wall, or maybe put some back in boxes until I can get some more shelves, perhaps to put like that, or whatever I'm gonna do. I mean, I don't see myself refurnishing anytime soon, so I could put, you know, drill the shelves up here, screw them up here, the black ones that I carried down to the basement. I don't know if I talked about that in this video, but I had a bunch of those in the old place, and they would just, it's just takes a lot of work to get them up and to get them down in particular, and to fill the holes afterwards. And I mean, I could fit a lot of movies on that shelf, on that wall. I'd like to do that, but it just takes so much work. And what if I do want to refurnish? Then I'm guessing maybe I will do that, though. Maybe I will. I can keep movies in the hallway, but I don't really want to do that. You know, it seems like this is my biggest problem in life. Obviously it's not, but it's a nice thing to kinda to spend a lot of time on, and to kind of forget about everything else and just think about your movies and how you're gonna solve all these problems. I guess so. You know, I do have other things to worry about too. But anyway. So where were we? I'm not gonna specify what day it is in this video. I'm just gonna have to say that it's the next day now, and then it's gonna have to be up to you to try to figure out what day it is, but it doesn't really matter what day it is. so I moved some stuff a little bit closer to here. I didn't want this to take up as much space ultimately, and then I kept going on the top for a bit longer, and you know, I'm saving some space, but I didn't really need that much space, so I'm just saving some. And then, you know, TV shows, and I don't know how much I had done before, but I put some here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it like that. And then documentaries. And now what I'm doing now is I'm just picking, because this is, I was putting the drama films on top here, and then the comedy here, but then it just overflowed, and I had to put drama and comedy in front as well. So what I'm doing now is I'm sorting through all of this and putting them in piles of, like, Woody Allen, Louis de Funès, Jennifer Aniston, Jim Carrey, certain people I want to keep together that I know, we're not together with each other, but, you know, all movies by Jennifer Aniston in one section, for example. So I'm putting those in one pile each, because I know I have a lot of those movies, so I might as well do that with a few directors. And then, you know, drama, comedy, black comedy, Christmas movies actually, and uncertain genre. So that's what I'm doing now. And also I'm putting some stuff here. I've already moved them over there that I don't feel like I need to display. Well, I kind of am displaying them, but they're on the wall. I don't know if that's displaying movies, but anyway. So I'm gonna be watching Captain America in 1 hour, 1.5. So I'll keep going here for a little while, but then, you know, I'll go over there to the movie theater and probably keep going. And then probably when I get home I'll keep doing this for a little while, then I'll update you then. Once again, I apologize over the light. I need to get a hook so that I can plug this in again. I mean, the lamp works, it's just that I need to place it somewhere, and I don't know about the cord. But I'm home from Captain America. It was good. More story than in the last, well, a better story than in the last movies. I found myself more intrigued by the story than the action in this one, or at least as much, which is really unusual for me and Marvel. I usually don't care about the story too much. It's just, most of it to me is just an excuse to get to the action sequences. At least in most cases. I mean, there are certain cases where I enjoyed the story, like Ant-Man. I enjoyed that as just a movie, and not just as a series of action sequences. But this one had a really great story. But anyway, I'm back home, and yeah, I have put them in some categories here. It's pretty vague, but I'm you know, I have something in mind, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to get more shelves. Well, I'm not gonna go into detail here, but I have had to put so many movies here that I cannot display. I've just had to prioritize, and I don't like these high stacks. It makes me anxious for the poor ones at the bottom, but I don't know what else to do. Well, I have begun a third row here, so I can just move some down. But yeah, that's what I've had to do until I get more shelves somewhere. I've just had to stack the movies that I don't really need to have on the shelf. I mean, in some cases it's pretty random which ones I put here and which ones I put in the shelf. I mean, what am I gonna do? It's not like it's a matter of life and death anyway, and I just kind of want to get done with this now. It's a little bit frustrating though. I would love to be able to have everything displayed right now, but alas. But I'm trying to make as much of the space as possible. I'm stacking some stuff like that, which I don't like either, but it's alright, I suppose. So I only have one more shelf to fill, and I'm guessing I'm gonna have to remove about this much, as you can see here in front of the shelf, because the amount of movies that you see stacked here are about the same amount that you can later put in a line like that. So that means that about this much, as you see stacked in front, have to go there, I guess. So we have come to the end of the road for now. It's mostly filled, some, you know, some empty spots here, but I can barely barely order things here, or I can barely, you know, get through here because there's so many movies in the way, and they're way too high, these stacks, so I'm gonna have to do something about that, because as you can see here, this does not look good. But you know, the thing is that if you look at because I obviously started up here with the kids movies and the animated movies, and if you look up here, there might be some kind of shitty movies or some titles that I don't really care too much about. But that was when I, you know, started this whole thing, and that's when I didn't really know how much I was gonna be able to fit or to squeeze onto the shelves. But then the further along that I got in this process, I realized more and more that wow, there's a lot of movies that are not gonna fit on the shelf. So I just had to put more and more quality titles in these stacks. So if we go through here, I mean, Memento, Usual Suspects, American History X, Escape from New York. Well, I wasn't a huge fan of that, to be honest, but American Psycho, so I mean, you can see some pretty good movies here that I couldn't display just because of lack of space. I do have some space left, but maybe I should keep it like that. And I will admit that I kind of gave up here in the ending because I was doing a pretty good job with the, you know, genres transitioning into other genres and stuff like that, up to, I don't know, maybe here somewhere, and then this is a little bit so-so, and here, especially the horror, it's just, I just put the stuff on there. I mean, I have like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1, 2, and 3, but then we have I Saw the Devil, and then Dawn of the Dead, and then Necromantic. I just wanted to get it up on the shelf and be done with this, because this took me a long time, and I'm not really that happy with it. So it takes a while to go through 2,000-3,000 titles and decide which ones are gonna go on the shelf and in what order. You know, that takes a while. But well, I'm done for now. But I'm definitely not satisfied with this. But if I lay down in the couch, and if you see this from my perspective, it looks alright still. I mean, it's a wall of movies, and I'm pretty happy with how it looks. But things can definitely be improved. But yeah, I mean, it looks alright. And as you can see, I put some more figures in these slots here, and I don't know exactly if I'm gonna keep it that way. He's still wiggling, the alien. But I might put some. I mean, I am wasting some space. I could remove these 4 and then fit one more of these shelves here, because I think that these are 20 centimeters and this is 80, so those 4 would equal one of those, which kind of feels tempting right now actually. But I mean, I could do that and get another one of those and put those 4 over here or something. Maybe I'll do that in the future. I don't know. But if you have any advice, I'm leaning towards, you know, putting up the black shelves. Well, I didn't show you the black shelves in this video, but I have a bunch of shelves that I put down in the basement, and I'm kind of leaning towards, you know, screwing those up or whatever, drilling them up here on this wall. But I don't know. So if you have any advice, then you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But I'll come up with something eventually, I guess. But I don't know. I'd like to have everything in order. You know, every single title exactly where I want it right now. But I guess it just is not gonna happen yet. So, but this is it for now. So thank you for watching this video. Maybe it was too long. I don't know. I haven't edited this yet, but I just thought it could be fun to talk more about how I'm ordering the movies. Well, have I done that though? I am gonna do a DVD collection overview. I usually stick to DVD, I've noticed, and then I have to remind myself that it's DVD and Blu-ray. But my movie collection overview. But anyway, I will do that pretty soon. But I don't know if I wanna. I might do one for now, and then I'll come back later when I have things more sorted out. Maybe that's how it's gonna have to be. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. And anything you wanna, you know, any advice you wanna give me, anything you wanna let me know, feel free. Yeah, but for now, it looks alright. It looks pretty good. Yeah, but it's some of this is a temporary solution, of course, all of those stacks. I don't know how many hundreds of movies we have there, but it's too many to have like that. I don't like the way that looks, but anyway. Alright, thank you for watching.